वेलकम बैक दोस्तों, स्वागत है आप सभी का। तो एक्स ग्रेशिया के रिलेशन में द सर्कुलर दैट इज जस्ट नाउ रिलीज्ड टू रेफर टू सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को 23 मई का सर्कुलर है दोस्तों। So first is the BPS settlement dated 8th March 24 in banking industry, and second payment of ex gratia benefits to pensioners. So as you are aware, Indian Bank Association signed wage settlement 8th March 24 on behalf of 12 public sector banks, 10 private sector banks and 3 foreign banks for bank employees and retirees with bank union for a period of 5 years from 1st November 22 to 31st October 27. The Government of India DFS accorded approval on the settlement dated 13th March. So in terms of para 36 of settlement, pensioners were granted ex gratia amount with effect from 1st November 22 at the rates prescribed in this para. So we find this public sector banks has since paid ex gratia amount to eligible pensioners at a prescribed rates with arrears from 1st November 22. However, it is seen the following private sector banks who are signatories to the settlement dated 8th March 24, despite representations and continuous follow-up by the pensioners and their retiree organizations, have not paid ex gratia amount to the eligible pensioners, though they have implemented other provisions of the settlement applicable to workmen and officer staff. We find that Indian Bank Association has signed settlement with unions on behalf of the above named private sector banks on the basis of mandate given to IBA authorizing it to do so. The mandate given by banks authorizing IBA to negotiate service conditions with unions are unqualified and unconditional. So therefore logically and legally too, these bank managements cannot be permitted to deny to implementation of para 36 of settlement applicable to the retirees. So you will kindly agree that it is a discrimination and injustice to about 25,000 pensioners and family pensioners from private sector bank. Most of them are at the age bracket of 65 to 75 years. So we would like to invite your kind attention on the fact that the entire bank retiree community was expecting that their long pending demand of updation would be considered positively and sanctioned in the settlement under reference. So but to the disappointment and to the surprise, instead of granting regular updation, interim arrangement of ex gratia amount has been sanctioned in the settlement. So updation demand of bank retirees is still under consideration of the government. So the issue which is worrying pensioners from private sector bank is that if private sector managements are not ready to pay even ex gratia, what will happen to them when regular updation is unsanctioned in the industry? So the situation would become more complicated and greater injustice to the section of the retirees. So it is pertinent to note that the retirees from private sector bank have exercised the pension option as per that scheme prepared by IBA and have bound themselves to provision of the scheme. So pension scheme prepared by IBA is common and uniform for bank retirees and not different on the basis of ownership of concerned bank. So it is seen that the ownership of banks keep on changing and it decided based on government policy and requirement of the economy. So we have seen yesterday private sector banks are today's public sector banks. So once the concerned bank employment have decided to fall in line with discipline obtaining at industry level and authorize IBA to negotiate and sign on its behalf, logically they are left with no discretion. So it will not be out of place that this year banking industry has performed exceedingly well and declared highest profit of more than 3 lakh crores for 23-24. Private sector bank have even done better. So private sector bank has registered combined profit of 1.4 lakh crores compared to 1.04 lakh crores in 22-23, showing 39% increase. Therefore payment of ex gratia estimated amount of rupees 150 crores to pensioners is within the financial capacity. ऑब्वियसली फाइनेंशियल कैपेसिटी में है दोस्तों. सो ये है एक्स ग्रेशिया के रिलेशन में लेटेस्ट सर्कुलर एंड बीइंग रिटर्न टू द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज.